Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. It's the 4th Friday Challenge, hosted by my friends Sarah of Jujubee DIY, Lisa of Our Grey House, and guest host Tammy of the Rusted Willow. Talented, sweet ladies. I'm making 2 cute coastal summer projects today. Let's get into it. I've cut this adorable whale from some pine, and I'm going to make some square marks to resemble pallet wood or shiplap using a metal ruler and, believe it or not, a nut pick. I run my pick along the ruler, giving it a good bit of pressure. I'll go over the line multiple times to get a good groove going. I have no real pattern for this, I'm just going by eye. I also add a couple of vertical lines too. This is an easy way to get the look without a saw or using multiple boards. You can use a blunt pair of scissors to do this. You want something sturdy that will allow you to make that groove. Pine is so soft and easy to scar, so this works really well. I'm going to use my drill with the Phillips head bit in it to make a couple of divots along the vertical grooves to make it look like nails have been there at one time. I'm not going very deep, I just want to give the impression. I've wiped off any remaining dust and I will give the surface a very loose coat of whipped cream chalk paint. I'm sad to say that this color has been discontinued. Bummer. This is the perfect, not quite white, vintagey shade, but they discontinued the line. I'm not going to worry if it's fully coated. I want some of the wood to be visible since I'll be distressing it later on. I give the edges a loose coat too. With Folk Art Cobblestone chalk paint, I'll give 2 sections of the whale a loose coat. I'll also do some areas of his tail too. You can kind of see the vertical groove a bit there. I really like this shade of gray. It's kind of got a little bit of a purple thing going on. It's very subtle. Now we'll come in and add some loose layers with Folk Art Seaside Villa and Patina. I want this to look as though it's had several coats of paint over the years, so I'm going to do my best to make it look that way. I've cut 2 pieces of scrap 1x2 to size for the whale's base. They'll sit atop of the short one, so I'll only give this a single coat of cobblestone. I'm doing a negative stencil effect, so the whipped cream will be where the lettering goes, so I'll give the longer piece a solid coat of whipped cream. I apologize for my voice today. My husband and I were at a concert last night, and I'm a little hoarse from singing at the top of my lungs. I've cut my vinyl lettering with my silhouette. It says Whale Watching Company with an arrow. I'll apply it to the board, as you do. And I'll pound whipped cream on top of the lettering. This will keep the letters crisp. You can use Mod Podge for this too, which I do with the second DIY. Once dry, I'll add a top coat of Seaside Villa. Isn't this color pretty? I just love this color. Now with the color Patina, I'll paint on some wave shapes across the lettering. I've mixed some Ceramcoat rain gray with Folk Art beeswax, which will work into the grooves and along the edges, hoping it gives that beachy weathered look. And honestly, to do this again, I would use a stain instead of the wax. But you know, you live and learn. And I'll wipe the wax back with a paper towel. I'll peel off the vinyl to reveal the lettering. I give it a nice sanding to distress, exposing the wood on the edges, and I lightly distress the wording. I used more force when sanding the whale. I really wanted him to look more beat up and weathered. It took a few minutes, but it was worth it. I watered down some rain gray, and I'll give my lettering a drop shadow. I keep my shadow to the left of the lettering. This is really going to make the letters pop out. The colors are so subtle that it really needed that extra oomph to the lettering, I think. I love adding shadows and highlights to lettering. There's something so satisfying about it. Okay, so I'm going to drill 3 small holes on top of the whale because he's going to have some water shooting out. I've cut 3 pieces of craft wire, which I'll curl with needle nose pliers. These will go into the holes. There'll be the water coming from his blowhole. A teeny dab of hot glue in the holes will keep the wire nice and secure. I'll assemble him with both wood glue and hot glue for that quick fix. The sign goes on the very front. And I'll seal him with clear matte spray. I think he turned out really cute. I don't know why, but you can't really see the blue in this picture. Weird. I've cut 4 buoys from MDF and about 1 foot of a square dowel for the next project. I saw this sign at Christmas tree shop, thought it was cute, so here we are. I measured 1.25 inches from the bottom, and I'll paint that section of each buoy with Ceramcoat sun-kissed coral. Again, I'm doing a negative stencil effect here. Above the sun-kissed coral, I'll paint that section with whipped cream. I'm only painting up to where the buoy angles with the whipped cream. I want stripes at the bottom, so I'll line up my tape with the bottom of the whipped cream line. I'm just using, I think this is floral tape really, but it worked just fine. So the tape will be on the white just above the sun-kissed coral. I'll use another piece of tape as a spacer just below it. Then I add another piece, lining it up with the bottom of the spacer. And then I'll remove the spacer. I apply my vinyl letter in the middle of the white area. I line up my buoys so that I can get the lettering even as I apply them. As I mentioned earlier, I'll pencil some Mod Podge to the lettering and to the tape to keep the lines crisp. This gives it a seal so that the top coat won't seep underneath it. My top coat will be Folk Art Patina chalk paint, and I'll give them 2 coats. Now I'll give them a light dry brushing with Ceramcoat Rain Gray. And I remove the tape and vinyl. I want the O to be a lifesaver, so with Sunkissed Coral, I'll paint in the little segments. I sand the edges and across the front a wee bit to distress. To assemble, I'll stack them side by side, then I mark where they'll go with a pencil. This way, I know where to put my glue. As you can see, 2 of the buoys are sitting on top of the other buoys to make them come forward a wee bit. That's why I'm marking them with my pencil and make sure that I have enough space to add the glue. I'm using both wood glue and hot glue. I'll glue 2 of them together, and then the other 2 together, and then I'll glue all 4 pieces together. You'll see what I mean. I felt like this was the easiest approach to get them nice and even. I'll glue the dowel to the back as a stand. It'll only connect to the 2 back pieces that are sticking out, but it's plenty secure. And as always, I spray with a clear matte sealer. And there we go. I think it turned out really cute. Has a vintage vibe. I hope you liked today's projects. I really had fun making them. I'm sure I'll have more coastal and nautical projects as the summer progresses. I want to thank Sarah, Lisa, and Tammy for hosting. You'll find links to their channels as well as the playlist and my supply list in the description box below. Please be sure to check them out. They're so talented and just so lovely. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night with Monica.